Am I recording? Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with On the Fly review for you. And I was still thinking about holding off doing this video. But this morning, I had a chance to see Snow White. This is the newest, incredibly controversial Snow White film with a nearly $400 million budget, which had 2 years of reshoots, rewrites, controversy, everything from Peter Dinklage basically sealing, concreting the glass door behind him for dwarf actors by complaining about dwarves being in this movie, to Rachel Zegler dragging all of her just very, politics are subjective. Not everybody's going to agree with you when you're trying to promote a kids movie that costs nearly $500 million to make. Just there's a time and a place. Apparently Zegler didn't understand such a concept. But okay, look, so for 2 years, this movie kind of felt like it was just sitting there on the shelf waiting to be released just so it can fly. And lots of people have already released videos about this. And I finally sat down and watched the movie. It's one of the worst movies I ever made. It's not, and it has nothing to do with any of the hype or anything going into it. This is just genuinely a colossal mismanagement of everything. It's like all the talk over the last year or two about IP and about AI, and its lack of emotion or heart, and I really feel that this is that. It's like we there's go from scene, now this scene, now this scene, now this scene, now this beat. And there's no humanity, there's no soul, there's no care or love or desire to really create something here. I've never seen such a empty, cynical, careless, lazy, and kind of narcissistic film. There's, of course, your commie propaganda in here. There's the terrible songs. There are particularly 2 songs here. There's the prince, or the bandit in this version. His song is clearly a ripoff of "You're Welcome" from Moana. And the evil queen, Gal Gadot song, to me sounds just like the last Midnight from Into the Woods. Now, Disney isn't likely to sue Disney, but Stephen Sondheim might sue a motherfucker, so look out. And he should, because he stole his song. I mean, you could say, yeah, sure, the Kristen Stewart movie from 13 years ago wasn't great, but at least it tried to do something. You had Charlize Theron absolutely chewing up the scenery. It made sense. You had 2 young actors in Hemsworth and Stewart who were fresh off big hits off of other famous IPs. Just financially, mathematically, it made sense to take a risk on something like that, and it more or less paid off, trying to adapt Snow White into this pseudo-action horror fairy tale thing. It's not really a good movie, but it worked at the time for what it was. Nothing works here. There's a moment early in the movie. Early in the movie. Oh God, it's over 30 minutes in the movie. When we finally introduce the dwarves, we get hi ho. That's fun. Finally felt like, oh yes, Snow White, Disney, charm, fantasy, magic, wonder. Yeah. And then that goes away almost right away. This is genuinely one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but in all honesty, as much as people shit on woke agenda, the constant reshoots, the whole side quest in the movie seems like they had to like shoehorn as much as the salvageable footage that they'd done with the other 7 live action actors that they had cast before they had that other backlash. They ended up doing these bizarre, uncanny valley CGI monsteroids, but that just seems to all just smudged, fit, and shoehorned into like one it seems like endless sequence in the middle of the movie. It was just insufferable. Her costume looks like my dog got into a box of crowns and threw up on a doily. This movie is so bad. But the truth is, despite the reshoots, the terrible script, the fact that the audiences are incredibly sick of this heartless Disney live action reboot run, I think Alice in Wonderland was alright, but an eyesore. Maleficent was okay for the first run, but still awful and woke. The Jungle Book was absolutely great, an amazing movie. And Aladdin was fine. Aladdin was a really fun... I dropped my phone.